One of the features of Agency MVP includes its unique reports. In this video, we'll talk about the Geographical report specifically. The GEO Report breaks down every zip code you quote in and will help you with your marketing campaigns. Hey MVP members, it's Samantha, and I'm going to walk you through how to utilize the GEO Report to help target specific lines of business or types of leads for your marketing campaigns. Let's dive in. To get your reports, click your name at the top right and click Reports. You can look at the last 3 months or the last year. For this training, we are just going to look at the last 3 months. The first time you come to look at this, it will say Prepare. You can click that button and then just go about your business in MVP and come back a little bit later, and it will be ready for you. We'll go ahead and click Download and open the spreadsheet. Once it's open, you'll want to double click the tab right above the first row and to the left of the first column. This will highlight the entire spreadsheet so we can format a couple of things to change the way the data is presented. First, we want to double click on the line between columns A and B. This will expand the information so it's easier to read. Next, we want to click Sort and Filter in the top right and then Custom Sort. In the Sort By box, I recommend sorting by quote total count. I recommend this because then you can see the zip codes that you quote the most and have the most data for. Then, in the Order drop-down, select largest to smallest and click OK. Next, I always like to freeze the top row and the first 2 columns so as I scroll, I don't lose what I'm looking at. Click in cell C2. This is going to be the second row down in column C. Click View in the menu above, then click Freeze Panes, then click Freeze Panes again. Now, when I scroll up and down or left to right, I always have the titles of each column, my zip codes, and quote total count visible. The first column shows us the quote total count. The second column shows us premiums quoted, and we will format this column with a $sign. Next, we will see sold quote count and then sold premiums, where we will also format this column with a $sign. After that, we have our closing ratio. We will format the following 3 columns with the percentage sign. Moving forward, anytime it says ratio, you can use a percentage sign to format, and when it says sum, you can use a $sign. With the closing ratios columns, you will see each zip code broken down with the closing ratios for home and auto. This way, you can see which zip codes you are proven to close more policies. This information is helpful because as you're working on marketing campaigns, especially with internet leads, you can target specific lines of business in certain zip codes. After that, you have the average savings for auto and home. If you're in California, the next few columns do not apply to you as they are focused on credit class. In every other state, your quotes are based on credit. So we have broken everything down for you by credit class. Columns K through N are your home closing ratios based on credit class. Then, columns O through R contain your average home savings by credit class. If you see data in the unknown column, it just means that the risk rating wasn't added into MVP. So the household's credit class is unknown. Next, it does the same thing for auto. Columns S through V are auto average closing ratios, and columns W through Z are your auto average savings. The spreadsheet doesn't stop there, however. Columns AA through AD give you the ratio of quotes you've done based on credit class. This can be helpful so you can tell how many quotes you did per zip code and what your closing ratio is for each credit class so you can decide if it's worth the money spent on those leads or not. Columns AE and AF give you the sold count for both home and auto, so once again, you can see how many quotes you did total and how many you sold in both home and auto. Of course, we take it one step further by breaking those numbers down by credit class as well. Columns AG through AJ is your home sold count, and AK through AN is your auto sold count. Again, this will help you determine how many quotes you've sold in each credit class so you can be more specific with your marketing and can target types of people as well as lines of business. Columns AO and AP give you the quote count for home and auto. This can help you determine how many quotes you did for both lines of business. This will only further help you to figure out which line of business is best for which zip code. The last 4 columns give you the quoted count based on credit class. So there you have the GEO report. There's a lot to this report, but give it about 90 days of actively using MVP and you will have enough data to begin using this information for your marketing campaigns. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. The GEO report breaks down every zip code. Oh, I was doing so good. The GEO report breaks down every zip code you quote in and will help you make your marketing. Nope. I don't know where I said make. I recommend this because then you can see the zip codes you quote, and we will format with the $sign. Then we'll see quote. Oh, wow, this is a mouthful. Now, when I scroll up and down or left to right, I always have the titles.